everybody, it's Grimble. Welcome back. Today we're going to be checking out Vinland Saga Episode 4. Last episode ended up on quite a cliffhanger with our group sort of stranded in between these two cliffs on the water. Their boats were trapped and they couldn't retreat because the men and the mercenaries that were hired to kill them by Floki had dropped a bunch of the pieces of the homes from the village they must have raided and taken control over to block the retreat of our little group. Now, it doesn't seem like the horse is going down without a fight. He jumps over there, takes out a bunch of their men, and is ready and willing to defend his friends and son who are on the ships behind him. Now, there's a lot of questions leading into this episode as to why Floki wants Thor's dead. It seems like a very personal vendetta. We're not really sure why just yet. I seem to think it has to do with something that happened in the battle from the first episode as a result of Thor's deserting all of them. I think Floki probably has it out for him. Something probably happened to Floki because Thor's wasn't around. That's kind of my guess right now. But hopefully we'll get a little bit more answers in this next episode. So guys, let's get right into it with Vinland Saga Episode 4. If you guys are interested in signing up to my Patreon, you'll be able to take advantage of ad-free content, 3 to 4 weeks early access to all reactions, which for the middle tier and above can include the full-length watch-along reactions. Those that subscribe to the highest tier will also be supporting my game and animation studio, Little Grim Entertainment. You'll have access to a sneak peek look at all of our upcoming games and animated shows. Not so confident now.
Cocky bastard!
He's the cocky one. Oh! Ow! Wow! Oh! I felt that. He's a troll. Oh, did he throw an ore out for him? Rage mode activated. Wow, this guy's on. Must be all those mushrooms.
We have to stop him. The ship can't take it. There's nothing we can do when he's like this.
All right. Oh, ow.
He must have eaten the berserker mushroom.
Ah, it was the mushrooms. Man.
He did that barehanded. Gods, he took down a monster.
Now then, to the next ship.
Where are those archers? Is he gonna jump in?
Boys want to play with us.
He threw him off the... Yes.
What happened? Thor's!
Drew his blade for that.
Listen, you've already lost half of your forces so far. Leave now, and I will spare your lives.
No, wait. Don't shoot until Askeladd gives a signal.
Why are they stalling like this?
I mean, they don't want any of their...
He's an amazing man. He won't back down.
They see him as goods, basically. They don't want him damaged.
Fight with him! Hold your tongue. He doesn't need amateurs. Besides, there are archers at the top of the cliff.
I suppose they're not the type who will leave just because I told them to.
Nah.
So far, the archers above don't seem like they'll fire. Roughly 30 men ahead. I can manage, but...
I have to end it fast.
You must be the one in charge. In the name of the almighty Odin,
I challenge you to a duel.
No thanks.
If you win, you can have whatever you want. If I win, you and your men withdraw immediately.
What makes you think that I'm their leader?
I smell it.
That's quite impressive.
Smell like ass.
All right, then I'll accept the duel.
Seems like he's a little bit of a snake. Probably got some tricks up his sleeve. He wouldn't come in for a fair fight.
I as well. Could smell the scent that emanated off of you. The same sort of scent as mine. Expected of the troll of Yam.
He knows me. Floki sent you.
Wow.
You're a sharp one, aren't you?
Father's a better man than some dirty pirate like you! And he's really
Called him father.
that guy's without ever even breaking his...
He's a chirpy little brat. Is he your son?
Do you have a wife or children?
I don't.
Very well. Let's begin.
I don't feel bad about killing you. He's got some moves. Wow.
It's shallow.
So he's got skill. Alright. I thought he was gonna try to win with trickery, not skill.
Dodged. That should have been a death blow. No chance of a surprise attack working now.
Sorry, Askeladd. I can't hold back.
Maybe I was too quick to judge him. Maybe he's got a bit more honor to him than it seemed. Agile. Woo.
Damn it. He's going after my sword.
Yep.
It won't hold up much longer. That also means... Now!
Smart.
If I can read his next move, then I can read the arc of his attack.
That's it. A wide swing.
Oh. Oh.
Damn it. I can't believe I only played into his hands.
Askeladd's lost.
No way. But that's impossible.
You really are as strong as they say. But it makes me wonder why a warrior who's so mighty would want to hide away in Iceland.
The reason I rely on a weapon like this is because I'm weak. One who's a great warrior doesn't need a sword.
Pay attention, Thorfinn.
I need to ask you something. Do you want to become our leader, Thors? Nah, I'm just kidding. Come on, nobody's laughing. That was supposed to be funny, you know?
Get it. Hold on.
Was it?
That was a joke. It isn't the time to make light of all this. Especially with a straight face!
What? Just gonna get knocked out again. There we go.
All of you cowards stay back!
By Odin's beard, are you soft? You actually thought for 1 minute I'd play by the rules?
There we go. There's the snake. Man. I don't know, though. Also, it kind of feels like an act.
I am the rightful winner of this battle.
The situation is what it is. I've been after your head all along.
I know that.
I'll accept. The winner of this duel is Thors the Troll.
What's happening? Oh, oh. Is it happening? I thought he might die.
Father, no.
Askeladd, I bested you in our duel. Don't cross the promise of a warrior.
I wouldn't dare. In the name of Artorias, my ancestor, my men will all be withdrawn.
And Leif, I have a favor to ask of you. Please bring my head to Sigvaldi, who's the chieftain of the Jomsvikings. If he were misled to believe that I disappeared to avoid his summons, the village could suffer for it. You, over there, I'll give you my life as agreed upon. So release my child this instant.
Father! Father!
I'm glad you were here to say goodbye.
Fine, guys. Gonna get yourself killed, man.
Cherish each breath from this day on. And be thankful that Thor's fought for you. Because the death of a man like that is worth 100 young fools.
Why did you die? You were always so strong.
I-
Why did you throw
It still hits hard, even though I had a feeling it was coming.
need one? How could that be the truth? How could Father be dead and that monster still alive?
It's gonna be filled with vengeance now.
Oh.
They really knuckled under, didn't they? Abandoning such a nice ship.
Apparently, they couldn't move it without Thor's. He was paddling for 5 all by himself.
Really?
How many dead? Hold on. Not even one? But how? Askeladd! I'm coming. Ugh, just keep it down, would you?
Oh,
Thor's kid came along. He was hiding in the bottom of their ship.
How dare you! How dare you take a warrior like my father! I'm gonna kill you for that! I'm gonna kill you!
He's only a boy. But just look into those eyes.
Just leave him. He'll die soon anyway.
poor kid. I kind of see where this is going, though. Alright, so we just watched episode 4 of Vinland Saga, and man, it was a really good episode. It was fun to see Thor really let loose, although I say that pretty lightly in the fact that he never drew his sword against anybody until he fought Askeladd at the end. I believe that's what his name was, the mercenary guy. And he just took all those men out with just brute force and his physical prowess. And it was really cool to see. That guy is just a monster of a one-man army. As he was going through all of the guys on the ship, it didn't seem like anybody was a challenge. I thought the guy that was getting high on mushrooms was going to pose some sort of a threat for him, especially when he sort of berserked out, but even him was nothing to Thor's. And it wasn't until he challenged Askeladd to a duel that he faced any sort of real threat, which was interesting to me because first impression of Askeladd was he was just kind of the conniving snake type guy who isn't necessarily the best fighter, but usually ends up on top because he uses other means or tricks or methods, deceives his foes in some way to get the upper hand, and that's really how he kind of fights. But it didn't really turn out to be the case. Yeah, he sort of did a little cheap trick where he made the sail fall and then snuck under the sail to get that first strike on Thor's. But that being said, he still lasted way longer than anybody else did in one-on-one combat with Thor. So something has to be said with that. He's still a really quick fighter, still really competent in his own right. And it did seem like he had some bit of honor to him. At the end, he sort of laughs and jokes about Thor's being their leader. Not quite sure if it was a joke at first or not. It's really hard to tell with that guy because I could see it both ways. I could see him honestly just doing that for laughs, or also being sincere and then realizing kind of what he asked and that it's not going to happen or whatever, and then making light of it and acting like it was a joke and putting on a facade. I could see it either way, but I'm not sure if I'll ever really know. Maybe as we get to know this character a little more. I still do get the sense of a little bit of honor and maybe the slightest bit of kindness and a good heart buried deep down there somewhere. I get the sense that this is one of those characters that has been through a really rough life that has led to where he is now. And at one point, he may have been an actual honorable man, did the right thing, and then circumstances did not go his way, which forced him to become this heartless mercenary that he is today. Now, this is just my guess, kind of the vibes that I'm picking up from this character. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know. Still a lot of episodes to go. So, that being said, I also do have sort of an idea on the direction this show is going. My prediction right now is that Thorfinn, who is now with them on that ship in the back, Thorfinn's sort of rage will eventually subside against Askeladd and instead be more focused on Floki, who ordered it in the first place. I foresee Thorfinn even joining up with Askeladd and maybe even training under him, because Askeladd's still a great fighter. So maybe Askeladd's the one that teaches him to fight. And that's when we get the Thorfinn that I've seen in the intro music videos, where you clearly see him older and fighting and dual wielding these swords. That's my prediction, is that he ends up getting trained by Askeladd and actually takes him kind of in under his wing and raises him himself, because I think he did at the end respect Thor's. You saw it when that kid came and tried to take him down for killing Thor's. He knocked him out and was like, you should be grateful that a great man like that fought for you, and not throw away your life. That just told me that he did have respect for Thor's. He was impressed by him. And so that's what leads me to believe he's going to take in Thorfinn and train him and honor the legacy of his father. Yeah, as expected, Thor's is dead. Saw that kind of coming. I knew there had to be some sort of catalyst that would send Thorfinn out there to become a warrior that it seems like I see in these previews. Granted, that prediction is coming from the fact that I shouldn't have probably watched the opening videos, but I did, and in typical anime fashion, they tend to kind of spoil stuff here and there. So I've tried not to watch too much of it, but I did catch the fact that he's older at some point and has 2 weapons that he fights with. So it wasn't really much of a leap to come to this conclusion, but nevertheless, it did happen. Thor's seems to be dead, and Thorfinn is now with these group of mercenaries. Yeah, guys, that's all I got for this episode. Curious to hear your thoughts on the episode itself. It's going to be kind of hard for some of you because I know a lot of you are probably all caught up on the anime, seen all the rest of it. Some of you even probably read the manga. But my question is more, at this point in the story, did you see Askeladd as somebody that had honor and had some respect for Thor's, or did you think he was just a Weasley Snake type of guy? I know it's going to be hard for some of you because you have to erase what you know about him going forward to rewind back to this point. But just curious if you guys remember how you felt in this episode. That's it, guys. It's been fun. I really enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of action I love the animation in this show. It's very fluid and can be brutal when those attacks hit. When he broke those bones, it's like I felt it in my own bones. It was nuts. As always, guys, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Check out our Patreon page. A lot of cool stuff there. And with that being said, it's been fun, guys. Really enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next reaction.